in February, Michael Avenatti turned up a new 25-year-old video on R. Kelly. Now, we never cheered for R. Kelly in the Black community, but I tell you one thing, Michael Avenatti is even a bigger crook. And even worse, because you are a lawyer. You are supposed to defend the law, but you broke it. So let's take him down the lane of dragging for today. So let's go, y'all. So he came after R. Kelly. Wait a minute. What did Michael Avenatti do, y'all? Michael Avenatti is accused of keeping a $4 million personal injury settlement payout from a paraplegic man. Wait a minute, the man was paralyzed and he tried to keep the full settlement and spent this man's money. Okay, so he was paralyzed and had mental health issues, according to his former legal partner. So he took this man's money that was won in a settlement and started spending it to pay off his debt, pay into his coffee business, and doing all kinds of things with this. Now, isn't that a really mean thing to do to someone that is paralyzed and have mental issues? But oh, Michael Avenatti didn't give a damn. He didn't care. Y'all. I love dragging this man. Now, you may not know that Michael Avenatti is not doing so good financially, y'all. This came out about a month ago. Michael Avenatti gives up control of law firm after bankruptcy fraud claim. He tried to file a bankruptcy, y'all, and it was rejected by the courts. So he got all this fraud going on and tried to file bankruptcy. It didn't work, y'all. Just didn't work out for Mikey. I must go on. I must go on. Now, Stormy Daniels and her whole ass got a hold of what was going on and said, she wasn't even shocked by Michael Avenatti's arrest. And this is why, it was some personal things that happened and she had to dump him as an attorney. So let's just chatter about this for a little while. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Just an hour after Michael Avenatti was arrested on fraud charges, his former client, Stormy Daniels, took to Twitter to say that given her personal experiences with him, she wasn't even surprised by his arrest. Knowing what I know now about Michael Avenatti, I am saddened but not shocked by news reports that he had been criminally charged today, Daniels wrote. She claimed that she chose to end her working relationship with Avenatti last month after discovering that he had dealt with me extremely dishonestly. Man, he just don't do anybody right. But, Michael Avenatti is claiming he ditched her as a client. So who knows, but who cares? But let's get into the meat and guts of this juicy behind story. Michael Avenatti. Michael Avenatti. Man, think he was the shit. He is shit. charged with trying to extort 20 million from a giant like Nike. Now, he really thought he was going to threaten this giant with probably attorneys out the wazoo and get away with it. Man, they arrested his ass. Oh, man. And when you see this man's background, it is an absolute complete mess. Financially, like many, he's bad with money. Lawyer Michael Avenatti is facing coast to coast charges in separate extortion and fraud schemes. The feds announced Monday Avenatti, who was shot to fame representing porn star Stormy Daniels. So you know how that turned out. She ended up owing Trump, y'all. And so he's a lousy ass attorney. So R. Kelly was one that he allegedly went after, and he had a tape that was 25 years old, so he didn't care anything about this. It was just about exposing R. Kelly and trying to gain some notoriety for himself after the Stormy Daniel debacle that he botched up, and she ended up getting dragged. So he unleashed these tapes. R. Kelly was arrested and he's now free. Then he got arrested on child support and got free again. So Michael Avenatti was arrested in Manhattan on charges that he tried to shake down the sneaker giant Nike for $20 million. Last week, he did this. Last week. Now, remember, he had financial troubles and he had to relinquish his law firm. So I guess he was just desperate for money. I'll go take 10 billion of your client's market cap. I'm not effing around. Court papers said he told Nike lawyers during a conference call Wednesday. That conversation came a day after Avenatti met with Nike's lawyers and threatened to release damaging information if the company didn't pay off Avenatti and an unidentified co-conspirator, according to a complaint filed in Manhattan federal court. The Wall Street Journal identified the alleged co-conspirator as lawyer Mark Garagos. Really? Citing two people familiar with the matter. So they tried to squeeze money out of Nike. God damn. Oh, man. Avenatti alleged not effing around. Threat allegedly came on the eve of Nike's quarterly earnings report and 2 days before the start of the NCAA's March Madness college basketball tournament. The charges against him were revealed just minutes after Avenatti, who recently flirted with a Democratic presidential campaign, tweeted that he would be holding a Tuesday morning news conference about a major high school college basketball scandal perpetuated by at Nike that we have uncovered. So this guy just fish around for things so he can make money, and that's really what the R. Kelly tapes were about. This criminal conduct reaches the highest level of Nike and involves some of the biggest names in college basketball, he claimed. During an afternoon news conference, Manhattan U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman said Avenatti told Nike that if his demands weren't met, the company would be inflicted with a cut after cut after cut after cut. Well, damn. Michael. A suit and tie doesn't mask the fact that at its core, this was an old-fashioned shakedown, Berman said. As for the charges against him in California, prosecutors in the Golden State allege that Avenatti stole a client's $1.6 million settlement and spent the cash on personal expenses and debts. That is the paralyzed client with mental issues. He took that man's money and spent it. Okay. Damn. Okay. And he did this to run his law firm and former coffee business, Tully's Coffee, which had stores in Los Angeles and Seattle. Avenatti is also accused of defrauding a bank in Mississippi by using fake tax returns to borrow $4.1 million. Even though he never filed personal tax returns for 2011, 2012, and 2013, and still owes the IRS more than $850,000 in unpaid taxes, penalties, and interest for 2009 and 2010, the Fed said. Now, he took fake tax returns to a bank in Mississippi and still got in $4.1 million. Now, that is white privilege screaming all over it. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, this is a mess. But Michael Avenatti here, the crook lawyer, has been arrested. I tell you, this judgment was swift, real swift. I don't feel a thing for this man. He is getting exactly what he deserves. You know, ladies and gentlemen, cheating just don't start at the college level. It goes on through business all the time. These people cheat, scam, and steal in their places of employment all the time. The college cheating, that's just scratching the surface. Tell me what you think about this great news. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.